Hey guys, Eric here for the Bod Squad New Year program. Talking about goal setting, just a follow up video here with today's lesson. You guys got the goal setting stuff through this program, and I would say this is make that a high priority, not just for your fitness, but for all areas of your life, and make sure you have those key components. And we talked about this last week in the Mindset Monday, but I'd like to cover it again because it's important. A lot of people just don't really have a direction they're going. They just have this vague thing out there. You got to get a clear vision of where you want to go. So make sure you have a strong purpose behind every goal, not just your fitness goals. Why are you doing this? All right. Make sure it has some depth to it, and it fires you up, and it's part of who you want to be. You look at, like, we all want to be somebody. You always want to. I want to be a good dad. I want to be a great business owner. I want to walk my faith out and bring others with me. I mean, I want to be all these goals that I do need to be a part of that vision I have for who I want to be. So really get deep with that purpose for each part of your goals, and I would say set family goals, set financial goals, set faith goals, every part of your life, set goals. And some of them are going to be a little more detailed than others. Sometimes they're a little more simple, but you got to have that purpose. Number two, make sure you have a SMART goal. All right. Make sure it's specific. It's not some vague thing. Put some numbers to it, put some deadlines to it. So it's specific, it's measurable, something you can track. It's actually attainable. It's got to be realistic. All right. If you're, over 300 pounds, you're probably not going to have a washboard. All right. That's just not attainable. You're setting yourself up for a letdown. So be realistic with yourself. All right. What can you accomplish here this year, and take into account all the other things going on in your life, family, work, all these other commitments you have. How can you continue to move forward, but realistically? I mean, we sometimes look at like fitness magazines or people on Instagram, and we say, okay, they're just like shredded. But some of these people, that's their whole career. They basically eat, train, and promote themselves. All right. That's not you. All right. So be realistic with yourself. All right. Just because your neighbor, who maybe doesn't have any kids, who can work out all the time and eat perfect, is got a different life than you. So don't compare yourself to that person. All right. Look at where your life is at and what's realistic for you to accomplish. And if at the end of 90 days, I like to set your goals, and at the end of 90 days, where do I want to be? All right. To feel like I'm moving forward. It may not be the ultimate goal, but in 90 days, where do I want to be? And really focus in on your quarter goal, and then dial that back and make that a chunk out of your annual goal. Because if you just set this goal for way out far for the end of the year, it's just this thing that's way out there. But if you say, all right, my first big step in these first 3 months of the year towards that goal for the year is going to be this. And that's, we can all think to the end of March. That's this quarter is going by fast. So think about where you want to be at the end of first quarter, and then at the end of the February. So you're just constantly making that constant, steady progression towards that goal. And remember, it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. You're going to have some setbacks, all right? That's just part of the process, all right? Don't beat yourself up when you make mistakes or you have an off week or an off day. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. If you do that, if you stand there and do that, you're still going to be way ahead. And so the purpose behind every goal is important. In the SMART, and I was going through the SMART, sorry, the relevance, that's the SMART, the relevant part. Does it support the other part of your life? All right. Don't become obsessed with this fitness and weight loss and nutrition so much so that it starts to ruin other parts of your life. The fact that, like I know we've talked about, I don't want to go out and have social time because I don't want to eat good. Or I don't want to eat bad. That's not relevant, okay? I have to learn, how can I go out and make a good choice and still have a social life with my friends? I don't want to avoid those situations. I want to learn how to better handle those situations. And it's not about becoming a hermit. It's not about avoiding people. It's learning how to deal with your life and making better choices for your life and continuing to live your life the way you want to live it. You want to be around friends. You want to be around family. You want to go out. You don't want to just camp out in the house and the gym. That's not healthy, you guys. So make sure the goals are relevant. And then timely. I would set an end of quarter goal. This is a big step. At the end of March 31st, where do you want to be? If you don't have a trip planned or something, that can be your deadline, all right? Where do I want to be the end of first quarter this year with my fitness, with my faith, with my finances? Make that the deadline, all right? I know, like for me, it's the end of the month, and I'm doing some things today because I have 2 days left to hit some things at the end of the month. There's a sense of urgency there because I've set a deadline for myself in areas of my life for this month. So set a deadline. That's important for the SMART part. And then for each goal, some of them might have 1 action step. Some of them might have 2, but no more than 5. Don't get yourself spread so thin that you're not effective in anything. So make sure your action plans are simple in terms of remembering them. If you write 10 action steps, it's going to be hard to remember them all. But if you have 1 to 5 action steps, it's going to be much easier to follow through. Maybe like and I say one. So I'm thinking like, what if you had a marriage goal, and maybe your one action step is to say something positive and encouraging to my spouse every day. That could be your one action step. And if you do that for a month, that would be awesome for your marriage. And that's something simple. With fitness, sometimes, obviously we might have to have more. We have to think about, if we're trying to lose weight, nutrition and exercise, and maybe some other things too, like water intake, whatever, or stress management. So we might have to have more action steps for a fitness goal than we do a marriage goal. So just want to keep that in mind too. Not every goal has to have 5 action steps. So just break that down, take some time, work through those sheets, and doing this process, you guys, will change your year fundamentally. If you do this and then you go back and review it and do it objectively, like, okay, I got that one, I came short on that one. How am I going to get that one done this here in February? And just treat it like a business. In business, we review our numbers, we make decisions based on our numbers, and then we just go back. Okay, how are we going to do? What are we going to do with that? And how are we going to do better next month? So be objective with it. Look at it. Enjoy the process of this. Don't make it an emotional thing. It's like, okay, if I didn't do this right this month, how am I going to do better with it this month? Because they call it failing forward, meaning like if you do something and it doesn't go right for you, you learn from it. All right. I talked about, I think in my thing about Spanish, when I was learning Spanish, how I said during Spanish, I screwed up some words, and I actually said a swear word in Spanish, and people were laughing. But you know what? That mistake helped me learn the difference between those two Spanish words. That's an example of failing forward. So don't be afraid to fail. Just keep pushing forward. Just like in sports too. If we play aggressive, we're going to make some mistakes. I mean, you watch people who play aggressive, but if we play it safe, and we always try not to play and not to lose, try to play it safe, we're going to lose. So be aggressive. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Push forward. Review the goals regularly so you remember what you're working towards. And then at the end of the month, make adjustments. All right. Hopefully this helped, guys. Keep rocking it. We're coming up on week 3. Looking forward to it. And always reach out with questions or comments or anything. Thanks, guys.